Yo guys, what's going on? Today I'm going to be explaining what a macro is, or what macronutrients are. A macro, or short for macronutrient, is any nutritional component of the diet that is required in relatively large amounts, most notably protein, carbohydrates, and fats. The reason why macronutrients are important is because where calories determine how much weight you gain or how much weight you lose, macronutrients determine what kind of weight you are gaining or what kind of weight you are losing. That is, how much of that weight is fat, how much of that weight is muscle, etc. If you watch my video that I did like 3 weeks ago, it is titled The Difference Between Fat Loss and Weight Loss, then you will understand this more. In regards to how much muscle you have versus how much fat you have, in terms of your body composition as it's often dubbed, and in terms of basically maximizing muscle, protein is the most important macro out of the different macros. Protein is made up of amino acids, which are the building blocks of your muscles. So if you don't get enough protein in your diet, then your body becomes deficient in its amino acids, thus muscle growth will be impaired. For example, if you were to eat in a caloric surplus, you will gain weight, as mentioned in the last video. But if you want to make sure that that weight is muscle, then here's where the macronutrients come into play. Specifically, here's where protein comes into play, because if you don't get enough protein, then that weight that you gain is going to be mostly fat. But if you do get enough protein in, then you're going to be ensuring that that weight is mostly muscle. Now, carbohydrates, the second macronutrient, they don't have this direct link to muscle growth like protein does, although some studies do show that they can help retain your muscle, not necessarily help grow your muscles though. But the most important thing about your carbohydrates for our fitness purposes is for the energy that it will give you to help fuel your workouts. And if you do end up having better workouts and thus able to lift more weight in the gym, then you do actually build more muscle. So it has kind of an indirect link to building muscle in that sense. Fats are responsible for a number of processes, including regulating your body's hormones. And for our muscle building preservation purposes, then fat is very important because there are certain hormones that will affect your body composition, that will affect how much muscle you have, fat, etc. Such as, for example, testosterone, one of the most important muscle building hormones. So if you don't have enough fat, and you're thus affecting or inhibiting your body's ability to produce hormones such as muscle building ones like testosterone, then you're going to run into some issues. So to conclude, where calories are important in determining whether you gain weight or lose weight, macronutrients are important in determining how your overall body composition is. In other words, how much of what weight you are gaining, like how much of your weight is muscle, how much is fat, etc. And in this body composition regard, then protein is the most important out of the macros, since it is the building block, or amino acids are the building block for building your muscle, which you get from protein. But carbohydrates are also extremely important because they're going to give you energy in the gym, and fats are important mostly for regulating your hormones. And of course, there are other health benefits for this three. And by the way, last point is that macronutrients are not technically limited to these three, but in the fitness kind of bodybuilding space, when macros, if it fits your macros, all this kind of stuff about macros and macronutrients are usually speaking about these three for our purposes. Okay, so we'll just limit it to them three. That's all you need to know for today. And if you like the video, then make sure you drop a like, comment, subscribe, and in the next few videos, hopefully you'll be watching them because you'll be sticking around. I'll be covering how much of each of the macronutrients you should eat and stuff like this. So I'll see you guys next time.